According to the Holy Scriptures, YAHAWASHI, the Son of the Most High, is set to bring immortality to the nation of Israel, the elect, via establishing the tabernacle of David, as we talk about the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He is coming to take down this current world ruled by Esau, Edom, and establish a righteous kingdom, which is synonymous with the throne of David. That's scriptural, which is a government that's going to run this world in righteousness.
I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel, and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahawah. Now are they crowned, and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahawah, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen.
1 Peter 3. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Hey, shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto my power, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Hakodash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahawah. In his son's name, who the world entered to call Jesus Christ. Real name in the Hebrew is Yahawashai. Also give praises, honor, and glory unto the Hakodash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes his edification possible. I want to say shalom to all you sincere-hearted Akim wa Akwat, that's your brothers and few sincere sisters making bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also want to give double honors unto my beloved apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me the truth and who rule well. And I'm the brother Osman Wath here from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. All right, coming back this Sabbath morning. All right, Shabbat Shalom. Coming back this Sabbath morning through the spirit and power of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, to do another lesson. And Lord's will, this lesson be edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel, and glorifying unto the names of my power, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, and just briefly, just this morning, and just meditating upon, all right, the camp that we had last night. You know, us younger brothers, we went, all right, to the highways and hedges last night, Tuesday, as we usually do. And but there's a particular point that was brought up by the beloved brother Yawan out here, and he had made mention how, you know, the children of Israel, all right, we've always been, you know, a stumbling block, or we've always been an impediment, okay, in front of these nations to, you know, basically hinder them from erecting their N to the W to the O, to erecting their agendas, man, up on the earth. And you go all throughout, you know, the, different accounts in the scriptures, you know, different time periods. All right. That's been the case, you see, during the time of, as a matter of fact, we're in the Feast of Purim right now. I believe it ends tonight at sundown, the Feast of Purim, also known as the Feast of Lots. And this is, you know, pretty much where the crux of this lesson is going to go into. Is going to get the book of Esther, or the additions of Esther here, and just give a brief account as into how, you know, we were viewed in the sight of that Edomite Haman, okay, how we were an impediment, okay, in the way, you know, hindering, those nations, to pretty much unify their government. And this is very well applicable unto us in these times right now, because clearly Esau Edom, all right, is definitely, all right, on his fast track to try to erect his end to the W to the O, all right, as scriptures tells us, all right, that's ultimately, all right, everything that the image of the beast all culminates into is really the end to the W to the O, pursuant to Revelation the 13th chapter, all right. But the Lord has set up opposition against this man. All right. And that opposition is ultimately YAHAWASHI and the prophets speaking against this place. All right. Putting that dreadful sound in his ears, letting him know and telling him, all right, that he's not going to be successful in his enterprise. You see, and ultimately, this is the elect. All right. That's the job of the elect to do. All right. Singing this new song, as this new song that's being sung is direct opposition against this man's system that he's been setting up and plans to continue to try to establish. But I just want to briefly touch into the book of Additions of Esther. All right, chapter 3. Well, here my GNT Bible. I have a GNT Bible hardback, and it's actually like at the end of chapter 2. But if you look at it on your app and your phone, it says I believe chapter 13. So it just all depends on, what type of Bible you have. But we're going to read just briefly going into Xerxes' proclamation against the Jews. All right. Against Southern Kingdom at that time, as of course, Northern Kingdom. All right. They already went into the Assyrian captivity at this time. And this time period is after the rebuilding of the temple. All right. Xerxes, Artaxerxes, also known as Artaxerxes. All right, he was a king after King Cyrus. So, Ezra, okay, receiving the command by YAHAWASHI and given the authority by King Cyrus to rebuild the temple. All right, that happened before this particular event. All right, and even during the time of Ezra, as a matter of fact, we can briefly touch into that. Even during the time of Ezra, the nations, all right, those heathen nations, they didn't want us to rebuild our temple. All right, and look, I just want to get this real quick. Bear with me. I tell you what, I just read it here off my phone. This is how we were viewed. And you best believe, man, we're still viewed in the same way. All right, today in these times. So for a lot of our people who don't really understand what we're part of, all right, the nations do. All right, as we was making mention of last night, the only people who forgot, okay, who we are, all right, is us. All right, these other nations, they still have their archives and their records as into our forefathers, as into what we used to do in the earth, how we were kings. They know about the throne of David, all those things, man. Okay, it's just us, Jake, okay, that forgot who we were. All right, as it's been beaten out of us. All right, told that we're not the people of the Most High, told that we're just Hamites, we're blacks, okay, wetbacks. But these nations, they have always known, okay, who we are, and this is why the crafty counsel, pursuant to Psalms 83rd chapter. Perhaps maybe if one of you beloved brothers can put that up, Psalms 83rd chapter. That's why there's a crafty counsel amongst all these nations to cut us off from being remembrance in the earth. But I want to grab this real quick before we get into Additions of Esther. I want to grab this here in the book of Ezra, the 4th chapter. And let's see here. We'll start right here, verse. Let's start at verse 1, and we're just going to kind of do a little Hebrew hopscotching, as Hokad Malone would say. All right, this is Ezra chapter 4, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, the enemies of Judah and Benjamin heard that the exiles were rebuilding a temple to the Lord YAHAWASHI, the power of Israel. That's right, and that's what we're doing right now in these times. Okay, as the Lord had to raise up the tents of Judah first, pursuant to prophecy, Zechariah the 12th chapter. All right, now, okay, our Northern Kingdom brothers, okay, are part of this building. That's a part of the throne of David being erected. All right, both kingdoms, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, being, all right, bind back up into that one stick. So now we're all a part of this building of the spiritual temple after the order of Melchizedek. So as we read this account, just as always, you got to be spiritual. All right, we have to be spiritual when we go through these scriptures. This is why we can go into ancient accounts, all right, and records as to what happened in times past and apply it into ourselves here in these times, because history merely repeats itself. Scripture says that in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and chapter 3. All right, so this is Ezra's 4 and 2 in the NLT. So they approached Zerubbabel and the other leaders and said, "Let us build with you, for we worship your power just as you do. We have sacrificed to him ever since King Esarhaddon of Assyria brought us here." All right, that's because they were implanted there. All right, as they uprooted the northern tribes, okay, out of the land, and practice that the Assyrians were known for doing was to plant, okay, pretty much, shift everybody's geographical location. See, so they put heathens there, all right, just like the woman at the well in John the 4th chapter. She wasn't an actual Israelite, you see, but they grew up, all right, in our land and following our customs, you see. But at the end of the day, they're not the people of the Most High. Verse 3 says, "But Zerubbabel, Joshua, and the other leaders of Israel replied, 'You may have no part in this work. We alone will build the temple for our Lord YAHAWASHI, the King of Israel, just as King Cyrus of Persia commanded us.'" And also keep in mind, as we're about to go into editions of Esther, all right, this account that we're reading here in Ezra, all right, this was before the Feast of Purim, or before the time of Mordecai and Esther and Artaxerxes. But let's continue to read verse 4. "Then the local residents tried to discourage and frighten the people of Judah to keep them from their work." And that's what they try to do right now in these times. Okay, they try to use intimidation tactics. Okay, setting up these agents up at the camps. All right, your Hokab Malones and all different types of schemes and plots. Okay, but it's not working because why? The spirit of YAHAWASHI is overseeing this whole process, man. Verse 5, they bribed agents to work against them and to frustrate their plans. This went on during the entire reign of King Cyrus of Persia and lasted until King Darius of Persia took the throne. Years later, when Xerxes began his reign, the enemies of Judah wrote a letter of accusation against the people of Judah and Jerusalem. Even later, during the reign of King Artaxerxes of Persia, the enemies of Judah, led by Bishlam, Mithridath, and Tabeel, sent a letter to Artaxerxes in the Aramaic language, and it was translated for the king. Now I'm gonna skip down here. To verse 11. This is what they said in that letter. "This is a copy of the letter to King Artaxerxes from your loyal subjects in the province west of the Euphrates River. The king should know that the Jews who came here to Jerusalem from Babylon are rebuilding this rebellious and evil city." See, this is how they've always viewed us. All right, as well as here in these times, especially in these times, man. This is why great fear, pursuant to Revelation 11:11, has fallen upon our enemies, man. All right, because we're viewed, okay, in the sight of these nations as rebellious people. Why? Because they understand, all right, the throne of David. They know about the throne of David and what that entails. Them being on bottom, them being our subjects. You see, it says the king should know that the Jews who came here to Jerusalem from Babylon are rebuilding this rebellious and evil city. They have already laid the foundation and will soon finish his walls. And that's exactly how it is right now. Okay, the foundation's already laid. Okay, with the holy apostles and prophets, and of course our beloved, all right, King Yahawashi as the chief cornerstone. So the foundation's already laid, and we're almost at the point to where the walls are being done. Okay, as us younger brothers, we've entered into other men's labors. Okay, now we got these tools in our hands to help, all right, finish this rebuilding, if you will. All right, so the building is almost done. So this is why the devil's about to come down with great wrath, you see, and make war with the remnant, okay, of her seed, make war with the remnant of Israel. But it's not gonna prevail anything. Verse 13, "And the king should know that if this city is rebuilt and its walls are completed, it will be much to your disadvantage, for the Jews will then refuse to pay their tribute, customs, and tolls to you." And why is that? Because we're gonna be back on top. You see, we ain't gonna have to pay these damn toll tags and toll fees and traffic tickets. And why? Because we're gonna be back in power. You see, And that's also proof that we are prisoners of war. Okay, we are slaves, as it says in Baruch, the 3rd chapter, for we are yet this day in our captivity, subject to payments, man. You see, so these nations, they want us to stay on the bottom. All right, they want us to stay, all right, subject unto them. As if, okay, hell, if I was a heathen, I would want the same thing too. You see? But we're Israelites, man. All right. And no matter, okay, what these nations, all right, conspire, okay, at the end of the day, Psalms the 2nd chapter is going to come to pass. All right. The Lord has decreed and declared that he's going to set his king upon the holy hill of Zion, man. And he's going to rule over these heathens. And he's going to dash them, okay, with that rod of iron. He's going to give that same power unto the governing body of the nation of Israel. Verse 14 in the NLT. It's a lot. Give me 1 second. All right. Verse 14 in the NLT. Since we are your loyal subjects and do not want to see the king dishonored in this way, we have sent the king this information. Check this out. Here's the point. We suggest that a search be made in your ancestors' records. See, this is those heathens, all right, telling King Xerxes, listen, go make a search in your ancestors' records, proving that these nations, all right, they have records, okay, concerning us. They know who our forefathers are. They know who we are. They know who we descend from. You see, that's why there's always been an attack on the seed of the nation of Israel, going all the way back during the time of ancient Egypt. All right, there is what did Pharaoh say? Come and let us deal wisely and shrewdly, okay, with them, okay, for they be more and mightier than we are. So there's a command put out from Pharaoh unto the Hebrew midwives to slay all the sons of Israel. You see, to save the daughters alive. Why? Because the seed because the nation, all right, is comes from the man, comes from the loins and lineage of the man, the seed of the man. See, so there's always been an attack on the seed, okay, of the nation of Israel. You see, and these nations know that. They know who we are. They know the power, okay, that our ancestors, okay, were aligned with, and that's we're coming back in alignment with that same power, man. Verse 15, it says, we suggest that a search be made in your ancestors' records, where you will discover what a rebellious city this has been in the past, right? Because in the past, when this was being written, all right, they was thinking about the throne of David. They was thinking about King David, man. All right, just totally going throughout, all right, that known world at the time, man, and just totally just wreaking havoc and righteousness, laying down all rule and authority, man, taking the crowns off these heathens, man. Okay, making Moabites line up in rows, all right, executing, okay, 2 rows of them, and the 3rd row take them off into captivity, okay, pushing Edomites off of cliffs, okay, putting them in brick kilns and in hearths, see, sawing them in half. So yeah, this is why great fear is falling upon them right now, man, as it should. So it says, we suggest that a search be made in your ancestors' records, where you will discover what a rebellious city this has been in the past. In fact, it was destroyed because of its long and troublesome history of revolt against the kings and countries who controlled it. And really, all right, the reason why we were destroyed, why I would say brought out of power, is because we sinned against YAHAWASHI, as Judith the 5th chapter goes into. Verse 17, then King Artaxerxes sent this reply to Rehum, the governor, Shimshai, the court secretary, and their colleagues living in Samaria and throughout the province west of the Euphrates River. Greetings. The letter you has sent has been translated and read to me. Check this out. I ordered a search of the records and have found that Jerusalem has indeed been a hotbed of insurrection against many kings. See, that's how we're viewed, man. That's ultimately the throne of David. See, the throne of David, man, is a thorn in these nation sides. You see, it's looked at as a hotbed of insurrection. See why? Because it's indefeatable. It's undefeatable. So like not indefeatable, but undefeatable. You see, and that's what YAHAWASHI is coming back to set up, man. All right, and these nations they're planning on fighting. Okay, our king they're planning on fighting YAHAWASHI. That's Second Ezra 13th chapter and Revelation 12th chapter. See, because they don't want that to come back. They don't want that to come back on the earth because they know what that means for them. See, it says Jerusalem has indeed been a hotbed of insurrection against many kings. In fact, rebellion and revolt are normal there. Powerful kings have ruled over Jerusalem and the entire province west of Euphrates River, receiving tribute, customs, and tolls. Therefore, issue orders to have these men stop their work. That city must not be rebuilt except at my express command. See? So just going to show, all right, these nations, they know what's up, man. All right. So when you fast forward a little later into history, all right, now concerning the time of Mordecai, all right, Esther and Artaxerxes, you got this whole ordeal with Haman, the Edomite, which he was particularly from the Duke of Amalek. See, and this is what he told Artaxerxes as it relates to, all right, their endeavors to establish a one world government. See, the establishment of a one world government is not some new concept, not some new idea. Okay, every nation has tried it, man. Going all the way back to the Tower of Babel. All right, fast forwarding now, the Tower of Babel tried it. Okay, the Neo-Babylonian Empire tried it in Daniel the 3rd chapter. Okay, but what did they say? There'd be certain Jews who's not bowing down. Okay, you had Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Okay, they refused to bow down, and during the time we're reading during the time right now during the Persian Empire. Okay, how they're going to try it. You see the Grecian Empire, First Maccabees, the 1st and 2nd chapter. How Antiochus wrote unto everybody that all should be one people. Okay, the Roman Empire, the whole Pax Romana. Okay, and now in these times, you see the N to the W to the O underneath the banner of the 4th Industrial Revolution. You see, I can't say it how Cotton Swab says it. The 4th Industrial Revolution. However, but that's what they're trying to set up, and the Lord's going to let them be successful for a little season, just a like not even a blink of an eye. Okay, you see. And he's going to bring the crafty counsel of the heathens to naught, man, as it says in Job, the 5th chapter. See? But I want to get this, as we're in the Feast of Purim right now. And we could very well see, all right, this, we could very well see this, this playing out in real time right now. This is why there's, laws and legislations and executive orders is being passed on a daily, man. Okay. That's ultimately aimed against us. Okay, if you speak against quote unquote Christianity, all right, you're gonna be deemed the enemy. If you speak against the small hatters, the wall humpers, okay, you're gonna be deemed the enemy. All right, and in prison. In Trump's words, you're gonna be deported. You see, and who's the main ones that speak against quote unquote modern day Christianity? Okay, the prophets. Who's the main ones that actually call out Amalek? Okay, the prophets. You see. And this is a thorn in their side. Singing this new song is a thorn in their side, man. So I want to go ahead and get this in the book of Additions to Esther. And I got a G&T hardback here. And this is on page 882. All right, this is the end of chapter 2. All right. So it says, and it's kind of the versification is a little weird. I would give you a reference, but you just got to find it in your Bible because, like I said, every version is a little different. So, but this is what it says. This is Xerxes' proclamation against the Jews. So it says, this is a copy of the decree. King Xerxes the Great sends the following decree to the governors of his 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia and to the subordinate officials. And does that sound familiar? Absolutely. Okay, you got the UN summits. Okay, where you got a conglomerate. Let me see how many nations are part of the. I know Elder Apostle Tahar just looked it up not too long ago. Let's see. 193. So there are currently 193 member states of the United Nations. You see? Yep. And they're grouped. The groups include African group, Asia Pacific group, Eastern European group, Latin American Caribbean group, Western European, and other groups. See? So they're trying to unify. That's the spirit that Esau's in right now, is consolidation. Okay. So he can stay having this global dominance. And this is what Xerxes was doing. But let's continue to read. This copy is a decree. King Xerxes the Great sends the following decree to the governors of his 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia and to their subordinate officials. After I became ruler of many nations and master of the whole world, right? At least the whole known world. You see, Esau, he actually has the whole world. All right. Job 9:24. It says, I resolved that my subjects should always live at peace. I wanted this not because of my pride and my power, but because I was always reasonable and governed my subjects with kindness. Yeah, and but Esau doesn't know anything about kindness. He doesn't know anything about peace. Scripture says, for there is no peace unto the wicked. It says, for I determined to renew the peace that everyone longs for and to do what was necessary to create a civilized kingdom, safe for travel from one border to another. And Esau, he could do the same thing if he wanted, you see, but he doesn't. Why? Because he's the wicked. This is by far the worst captivity we've ever been in. Okay, we have a nation of people that rules over us who know nothing about peace. Scripture say, for the tender mercy of the wicked is cruel, man. So any type of mercy that you think that you're receiving is going to be cruel at the end of the day, and it's going to be found to, ultimately, do you harm. See, but these other nations, even though, okay, they're not supposed to rule over us either, at least they show some type of, compassion for their subjects, man. Like, King Cyrus, okay, the Lord put the spirit upon him and he was obedient to, allow us to go rebuild the temple, even during the time of Babylon. Hey, Jake was living in Babylon. That's why a lot of Jake didn't want to leave Babylon to go help Ezra, okay, and and Nehemiah to go rebuild the temple and the city walls, man, because Jake was living fat in Babylon, man. You see. But let's continue to read verse 3. He says, I asked my advisors how to accomplish this goal, and Haman made a suggestion. All right, Haman, all right, which is an Edomite and Amalekite. He made a suggestion. He is distinguished among us as a man of great wisdom, and at all times he demonstrated his concern for the welfare of the kingdom. Because of his unfailing loyalty, he has been raised to the second highest position in the empire. And if you got like the second highest position of an empire, you're pretty much the ruler, man. You're pretty much the ruler. You see, so Esau's always been there to be an enemy against the children of Israel, man, in every captivity. You see, even during the time of the Babylonians, he was right in there. He was right there next to the Babylonians, cheering them on. All right, to say, race it. All right, destroy Jerusalem. He was right there to burn our temple. You see. So here we are in the Persian captivity. Esau's right there, and he has position of influence. All right, to where, all right, he can say something, and it's gonna affect us, man. This is why we're in the feast day that we're in right now. This is a celebration, okay, of us getting the victory, all right, over those Edomites back then, over Haman back then, man. See, but it says, because of his unfailing loyalty, he has been raised to the second highest position in the empire. Recently, Haman told us about a certain unruly people. Check this out. It says, recently, Haman told us about a certain unruly people scattered among all the other peoples of the empire. See, now who's that? Okay, certain unruly people that scattered, the Israelites. See, and here in these times, all right, the Israelites, we're scattered now. All right, but ultimately, all right, they're looking at the elect. As the elect, they're in total opposition against, all right, this man's beast system. Everybody else of our nation, they bowed the knee. Okay, they're bowing down. It says, he explained to us that these people have their own laws and are opposed to every other nation and constantly ignore royal commands. See, as the beloved Apostle Peter said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than man. See, now, okay, now we are upstanding citizens, okay, as long as it pertains into, okay, things that's conducive. If it's not going against the laws, statutes, and commandments of our power, okay, okay, yeah, we stop at stoplights, okay, we pay our taxes. Yahawashi told us to render unto Caesar what Caesar's. But okay, the minute you tell us that we got to get the dragon juice, all right, that monkey juice, or we got to get that sea hip, yeah, you damn right, man. Okay, we're gonna ignore that command. We're gonna be opposed to that. You see, as we should. And let me grab this in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, real quick. So we're looked at, okay, as opposition, which we are. Scriptures say that good is set against evil, and evil against good. It also says, for the godly is an abomination to the just, and the just is an abomination to the godly, man. The Lord made two, he made one against another. You see? This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and 14. And this is what the wicked is saying about the righteous. He was made to reprove our thoughts. See? He is grievous unto us, even to behold. Yeah, we're grievous for these devils for them to even look at us, man. They hate looking at us. See? So for all you jakes to think that, okay, the Esau, he has a change of heart now, okay, you know, he's going to allow you to, okay, get the sea hip and live amongst his realm forever. Man, you're greatly deceived. No, this nigga, he wants to kill you. See? Genesis, what is that? The 27th chapter. He says, for the days of mourning of my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. You see, that's always been Esau's infatuation. That's always been his lust. He gets a hard on by okay, just totally annihilating Jake, man, without mercy, as we're about to continue to read in addition to Esther. You see? So let's finish this out. Wisdom Solomon 2 and 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. See? And that fashion, okay, that we pattern ourselves after is what? Okay, this gospel, man, this ministry, this truth. See? We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. See? And that's what we say. Okay, y'all not the real people. Y'all are liars. Y'all are not the real people. You see, y'all, you know, that's how. See, they know. Once again, it's just only our people, man. Okay, you Israelites, you know, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, they don't understand the significance of what's happening right now. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. So this is ultimately going to lead to them trying to persecute us. They want to see if everything we've been saying is actually true. All right, by them, okay, trying to persecute us. But that's where we believe that standards are going to come in, and YAHAWASHI is going to intervene for us, all right, in a major way, you see, and to show that he is with us. But let me go back here. Let me go back here to Additions of Esther. All right, and let's see, verse 4. It says, recently Haman told us about a certain unruly people scattered among all the other peoples of the empire. He explained to us that these people have their own laws, are opposed to every other nation, and constantly ignore royal commands. As a result of their attitude, see, so they're going to paint us out as they've always done. They're going to paint us out to be, okay, the world's biggest problem. This is why 2nd Ezra 16 chapter say, for in every city and in every place, there's going to be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, man. Okay, like they're going to spoil us like madmen, or at least attempt to. See, and now Esau has technology on his side. He has deep fake on his side. All right, he has, you know, this AI on his side to where he can actually make it look like we were somewhere or we were saying something. Okay, that's just totally off the walls, man, and bugged out. You see. And will pretty much have himself justified in the side of these people to just come down on us, man. You see, that's why we just ultimately just need the spirit and covering of YAHAWASHI to justify and vindicate us, man. All right. but they're going to do anything they can, all right, to make us look like we're the biggest enemies of the state. You see? And all the men of the Lord, they were always, charged with treason. Okay, Paul and Silas, they was charged with treason against Caesar, professing another king, YAHAWASHI. And you had wicked niggas that went to Caesar telling him that. All right, YAHAWASHI. Okay, he was interrogated by Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate, are you the king of the Jews? And YAHAWASHI says, thou sayest. You see? Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, they were charged with treason, not bound down, okay, underneath the command of Nebuchadnezzar. So here we are reading right here, okay, in addition to Esther. So let's continue to read. It says, as a result of their attitude, and remember, this is Haman speaking. It says, as a result of their attitude, we are not able to establish the kind of unified government, all right, fourth industrial revolution, one world order, which we earnestly intend for the empire. So we're looked at as enemies of the state. And there's already, hella, laws and legislations and things in the books. Okay, that's Esau thinks that he's going to justify himself, okay, by making us look as such, okay, such as Project Megiddo. All right, hey, I see my beloved brother YAHAWASHI just tuned in. Hey, Shalom, Aki, YAHAWASHI, as well to all you other Aki Ma'akwaf. Hey, but bro, YAHAWASHI, what's that other, was it Rex 84 or something? If you could just put it up on the comment board, Baba Kasha. Okay, that other enactment that Esau has it to where we were painted out to be looked at as domestic, you know what, you see? So yeah, man, we're here. We are absolutely here. And it's not by coincidence that, okay, we're in the Feast of Purim right now. And you got all these particular executive orders being signed around this time period to where ultimately is going to, hone in and dial in upon the prophets of YAHAWASHI, man. See, because ain't nobody else directly accusing this man to his face like we are. This is why the Lord set up the ministry of the prophets, because everybody wants to say that, oh, well, the earth is fucked up, the food is fucked up, the water's fucked up, but they don't never want to call out the elephant in the room by name, by biblical name, that is. They're reluctant to say Esau, Edom. You see? That's why the Lord set up this ministry. He set up the ministry of the prophets, okay, to reveal that wicked. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. For that day shall not come except there be a falling away, and that wicked, the man of sin, be revealed. And how's he being revealed? By the mouth of YAHAWASHI, the prophets. But this is Job 21 and 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Verse 31, here's the point. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he have done? That's right, man. See, and that's what the prophets is doing. Declaring this man's way to his face, calling him by name, shaking the hands and the gates of the nobles, man. All right, as scripture saying in Isaiah the 19th chapter, okay, how Egypt is going to be in fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, okay, over it, man. All right, that's the prophets, you see, as well as the judgments that YAHAWASHI is bringing upon this place, man. You see, but we're looked at as the biggest impediment that's in the way, okay, for this man, okay, to establish his N to the W to the O, his fourth industrial revolution. You see, so let's continue to read here in addition to Esther. We're almost done. It says, as a result of their attitude, we are not able to establish the kind of unified government which we earnestly intend for the empire. Once again, every nation has tried, okay, to unify their kingdom, man, to try to erect the N to the W to the O. But what has the Lord always done? All right, he's confused them. He sent them off in derision, just like during the time of the Tower of Babel, man. Okay, confuse the languages. All right, first there's an inquisition. The Lord sent down the angels. All right, to all right, the Lord sent down those angels, man. He confused their languages. He, ultimately destroyed them, threw them down. And it's not by coincidence that the United Nations building, okay, is patterned after the Tower of Babel. Incomplete, building. You can look it up for yourselves. You see, because that's what Esau's trying to do. But verse 5, it says, these people are hostile to our government and commit terrible crimes. You see, and no, we don't. Okay, that's why we speak to well, our beloved apostles and bishops and elders, okay, constantly, all right, put in the ears of us brothers, man, to make sure we don't do anything that'll have the ministry to be blamed. See, and us brothers, hey, we move wisely, man. But what does Esau have to do? He has to set up, okay, these double F's, these false, you know what, okay, just like during the Super Bowl, he had that one Jake, okay, that was that so-called, got on the football field waving, all right, that peace Indian flag, and he was he had on the head scarf, like Jake be wearing, had a beard, so they want to try to paint us to be, okay, domestic tease, man. They want to paint us to look like we commit the most horrible crimes, you see. And remember, this is Haman speaking. This is an Edomite. So it says these people are hostile to our government and commit terrible crimes which threaten the security of the empire. They follow strange customs. They look at the Passover strange. Hey, even during the time of ancient Egypt, you see, everything. Pharaoh was like, basically, like he was saying, like the sacrifice that we wanted to do, it was strange. Like dealing with lambs and sheep. All right, in Egypt, actually, Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that. But that was actually looked at as an abomination. That's why we dwelled in the land of Goshen. When you read like around Genesis 47 all the way down to Exodus, the first chapter, okay, that's why our forefather Joseph, YAHAWASHI, had us to dwell in the land of Goshen. Pharaoh told YAHAWASHI to tell Yaquah, Jacob, and the rest of Israel to go dwell in Goshen, because that's where the shepherds were. They didn't want us to deal close where Pharaoh was, because our trade was to be shepherds, okay, to be pastors, if you will. So dealing with lambs and and goats, and okay, that was an abomination in Egypt, you see, and that was looked at as something strange, you see, just like now. See, it says these people are hostile to our government and commit terrible crimes which threaten the security of the empire. They follow strange customs, so everything we do is strange. Okay, the Passover, you see, but yet, okay, these people believe in damn Santa Claus. They follow strange customs, obey their own laws, and stand alone in their constant opposition to all people. In the light of these facts, we recommend the slaughter. See, this is Haman. He says, in the light of these facts, we recommend the slaughter of the people referred to by Haman, our prime minister. See? So he didn't say detain them or anything. No, he went to violence. Esau always wants violence, man. He's been seeking after that Genesis, the 27th chapter, and around the 46th verse. Okay, every opportunity he can get. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. It says, they are our enemies. We will show them no pity. See, this order is to be carried out this year on the 14th day of the 12th month, the month of Adar. These people who have caused so much trouble for so long will all die a violent death in a single day. From then on, our government will be secure and stable. So in the eyes of these nations, man, the only way for their enterprise to be successful, we got to get out the way. See, we got to get out the way. Hey, there's a dude that's a contemporary of Klaus Schwab, and he says we will become gods, and if you don't like it, you can get off. Get off of where? He's talking about get off the earth, man. See, and we're the ones that's bringing out Revelation 13, condemning this man. Okay, as we're singing this new song, as it says in Revelation 14. All right, hey, this is who he wants to ultimately eradicate, man. All right, he's not afraid of your Dabus. He's not afraid of your Glenn Becks. Okay, these people are afraid, okay, of these certain Israelites that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. See, and he doesn't know exactly, all right, who is who. So this is why he's just going to come down with wrath upon everybody. Revelation 12 and 17. See, so we're at war. All right, but at the end of the day, just as when you continue to read the book of Esther, we got the victory, and everything that Haman and everybody else that was plotting against us, as everything that they wanted to do against us, it ended up happening to them, man. All right, so the victory is already written. All right, we just got to trust and believe. All right, in YAHAWASHI, man. All right, but I'm gonna leave it right there. Unfortunately, I gotta get ready for this plantation, man. I really want to get some of these precepts you brothers putting up. You at the water Akia. Yeah, I gotta hurry up and leave. But Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, to the elected nation of Israel. Till next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Hakodash. I want to give double honors to my beloved apostle, Elder Great Millstone, Mawafla Babal, Shalom.